Then the prophet Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah, the son of Iddo, prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of the God of Israel, even to them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and became to build the house of God which is at Jerusalem, and with them were the prophets of God helping them. At the same time came to them Tatnai, governor on this side the river, and Shetha, Boznai, and their companions, and said thus unto them, who hath commanded you to build this house and to make up this wall? Then said we unto them after this manner, what are the names of the men that make this building? But the eye of their God was upon the elders of the Jews, that they could not cause them to cease till the matter came to Darius. And then they returned and answered by letter concerning this matter. The copy of the letter that Tatnai, governor on this side the river, and Shethar Boznai, and his companions, the which was on this side the river, sent unto Darius the king. They sent a letter unto him, wherein was written thus unto Darius the king, all peace, be it known unto the king that we went into the province of Judea to the house of the great God, which is builded with great stones and timber, is laid in the walls, and this work goeth fast on, chargers of gold, 1,000 chargers of silver, 9 and 20 knives, 3 basins of gold, silver basins of a second sort, who commanded you to build this house and to make up these walls. We asked their names also to certify thee that we might write the names of the men that were chief of them. And thus they returned us answer, saying, we are the servants of God of heaven, and earth, and build a house that was built these many years ago, which a great king of Israel builded and set up. But after that our fathers had provoked the God of heaven to wrath, and gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, to destroy this house and carry the people away to Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Babylon, the same king Cyrus made a decree to build this house of God, and the vessels also of gold and silver, the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took out of the temple that was in Jerusalem, and brought them into the temple of Babylon. Those did Cyrus the king take out of the temple of Babylon, and they were delivered unto one whose name was Sheshbazzar, even the offering of the house of our God was governor, and his counselors and his lords, unto him, take these vessels, go carry them into the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of God be builded in its place. Then came the same Sheshbazzar, and laid the foundation of the house of God which is in Jerusalem. And since that time even until now hath it been in building, and yet it is not finished. Now therefore, if it seem good to the king, let there be search made in the king's treasure house, which is there in the chambers of the house of the Lord. Babylon, whether it be so, that a decree was made of Cyrus the king to build this house of God in Jerusalem, and let the king send his treasure to us concerning this matter. Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the Lord, where the treasures were laid up in Babylon, and there was found at Ashmatha, in the palace that is in the province of the Medes, a roll, and therein was a record thus written, in the first year of Cyrus the king, the same Cyrus the king made a decree concerning the house of God at Jerusalem, Let the house be builded, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let the foundations thereof be strongly laid, the height thereof 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 60 cubits, with 3 rows of great stones and a row of new timber, and let the expenses be given out of the king's house, and also let the golden and silver vessels of the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took forth out of the temple which is at Jerusalem and brought into Babylon, be restored and brought again unto the temple which is at Jerusalem, every one to his place, and placed them in the house of God. Now therefore Tatnai, governor beyond the river, Shethar-Boznai, and companions,
and I sat astounded until the evening sacrifice, and the evening sacrifice I rose up from my heaviness,
which are beyond the river, be far from thence.
Spread out my hands unto the Lord
Be
my God.
ye far from thence.
O my God,
let the work of this house of God alone, let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of God in its place. Moreover, I make a decree what ye shall do to the elders of these Jews for the building of this house of God, that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, forthwith expenses be given unto these men, that they be not hindered in that which they have need of, both young bullocks and rams and lambs for the burnt offering of the God, wheat, salt, wine, and oil, according to the appointment of the priests, which are at Jerusalem. Let it be given them day by day, without fail, that they may offer sacrifices of sweet savor unto the God of heaven, and pray for the life of the king and of his sons. Also I have made a decree that whosoever shall alter this word, let timber be pulled down from his house, and being set up, let him be hanged thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this. And the God that hath called his name to dwell there, destroy all kings and people that shall put forth their hand to alter and to destroy this house of God, which is at Jerusalem. I, Darius, have made a decree, let it be done with speed. Then Tatnai, governor on this side the river, Shethar-Boznai, and their companions, according to that which Darius the king had sent. So they did speedily, and the elders of the Jews builded, and they prospered through the prophesying of Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah the son of Iddo, and they builded and finished it according to the commandment of the God of Israel, and according to the commandment of Solomon and Darius and Artaxerxes, king of Persia. And this house was finished on the 3rd day of the month Adar, which was in the 6th year of the reign of Darius the king. And the children of Israel, the priests and the Levites, and the rest of the children of the captivity, kept the dedication of this house of God with joy, and offered at the dedication of this house of God 100 bullocks, 200 rams, 400 lambs,
Then Ezra rose up from the house of God and went into the chamber of
12 he-goats, according to the number of the tribes of Israel,
bread
they
nor
set
drink water, for he
the
mourned because
priests
of the
in their
transgression of
divisions
them
and
that
the
had been carried
Levites
away.
in their
And they made
portions
proclamation
for the
throughout
service
Judah and
of
Jerusalem
God
to
which is
all the
at
children of the
Jerusalem,
captivity
as it
that
is
they should
written in
gather
the book of
themselves together
Moses.
unto Jerusalem.
And the
And
children
1,000
of
would
the
not come
captivity
within
kept
3
the
days
Passover
according to the
upon
counsel of
the
the princes
14th
and the
day
elders.
at the
All
first
his
month.
substance should be forfeited,
For the
and
priests
himself
and the
separated
Levites
from
were
the congregation of
purified
those that
together,
had been
and all
carried
of
away.
them were
Then all the
pure,
men
and
of Judah
killed the
and Benjamin
Passover
gathered
for all the
themselves together
children
unto
of
Jerusalem
the
about 3
captivity,
days.
and
It
for
was
their
the 9th
brethren
month,
the
on the
priests,
20th
and for
day of the month.
themselves.
All the people
And the
sat on the
children
street of the
of
house of
Israel
God,
which were
trembling
come
because of this
again
matter,
out of
and for the great
captivity,
rain. And Ezra the
all
priest
such
stood
as
up
had
and said unto
separated
them,
themselves,
Ye have transgressed, and have
the
taken
children
strange
of
wives, to
Joshua
increase the trespass of
of the
Israel.
heathen
Now therefore make
of the
confession
land to
unto the
seek
Lord God of
the
your
Lord
fathers,
God of
and do
Israel,
this
and
pleasure,
did eat
and separate
and
yourselves
kept
from
the
the people of
feast
the land
of
that offer
unleavened
strange
bread
wives.
7 days
Then all the
with
congregation
joy,
answered and said with a loud voice, As thou
for
hast
the
said,
Lord
so must we do.
had made them
For the people
joyful
are many,
and turned
and
the
it is a
heart of
time
the
of
king
much rain.
of Assyria
They
to
are not
them
able to stand
to
without,
strengthen their
neither is
hands
this
in the
offered
work
one day or
of the
2,
house of
for we
God
are
to the
many
God
that
of
have
Israel.
transgressed
Now
against them.
after these
And now
things,
our
in the
rulers of
reign
all the
of
congregation stand,
Artaxerxes,
and let all
king
them
of
which have
Persia,
taken strange
Ezra,
wives in our
the
cities,
son
keep at
of
appointed times, and with them the
Seraiah,
elders of every city, and the
the
judges
son
thereof,
of
until the fierce
Azariah,
wrath of our
the
God
son
caused this
of
matter to be turned
Hilkiah,
from us. Only Jonathan,
the
the
son
son of
of
Asahel,
Shalom,
and
the son
Jehaziah,
of
the son of
Zadok,
Tikvah, were
the
employed
son
about this
of
matter, and
Ahitub,
Meshullam and Shabbathai, the
the son
Levites with
of
them, and the
Amariah,
children
the
of the
son of
captivity by the
Azariah,
south, and Ezra
the
the
son
priest,
of
who was certain chief of the fathers, after the laws of their
Meraiah,
fathers, all
the
of them
son
by their names,
of
were set before the
Zariah,
town on the first
the
day of the 10th
son
month,
of
to
Uzi,
examine the matter.
the son
And they
of
made an
Buki,
oath with all the men
the
that had
son
taken
of
strange wives by the
Abishua,
first day of the
the
first
son
month.
of
And among the sons of
Phinehas,
the priests
the
that
son
were
of
found had taken
Eleazar,
strange
the
wives,
son
named
of
Levi, the
Aaron,
sons of
the
Jeshua,
chief
the son of
priest.
Jozadak, and his
This
brethren,
Ezra went
Maaseiah,
up
and
from
Eliezer,
Babylon,
and
and he
Jarib, and
was a
Gedaliah.
ready
And
scribe
they heaved
in
their
the
heads
law of
that they would
Moses,
put away their
which the
wives
Lord
that
God
were
of
guilty,
Israel
and
had
they
given.
offered a ram of the
And the
flock of
king
Jerusalem.
granted him
And of the
all
sons
his
of Levi,
requests according to the
Hananiah, and
hand
Zebediah,
of the
and of the
Lord
sons of
his
Huri,
God upon him.
Maaseiah, and Elijah, and Shemaiah,
And there
and
went up
Jehiel,
some of the
and
children of
Mattithiah,
Israel
and of the sons of
and
Pashur,
of the
Eloni,
priests and the
Maaseiah,
Levites and the
Ishmael,
singers
Nathaniel,
and the
Josabad,
porters
and
and
Eleazar.
the
Also of the Levites, Josabad
Nethanim
and Shimeah,
unto
with
Jerusalem.
Gilaiah, the same
And the
is
7th year
Geliel,
of
Pethahiah,
Artaxerxes
Judah, and
the king.
Eliezer, of the singers also Eliashib,
And he came to Jerusalem
and Telem,
in
moreover
the
of
5th
Israel,
month,
the sons
which
of
was
Baruch,
in the
and
7th
Seraiah,
year
and Jesiah,
of the
and
king,
Micaiah,
for
and
upon the
Micah,
first day
and
of the
Eleazar,
month
and Malchiah,
began
and
he
Benaiah,
to go
and the
up
sons
from
of Jehiel,
Babylon, and on the
Mattaniah,
first day
Zechariah, and
of the
Jehiel,
5th
and
month
Abdi,
came
and Jeremoth,
he to
and
Jerusalem
Jehiel,
according to
and of the sons of
the good
Zattun,
hand of his God upon him. For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord and to do it, and to teach in Israel statutes and judgments. Now this is the copy of a letter that the king Artaxerxes gave unto Ezra the priest, the scribe, even a scribe of the words of the commandments of the Lord and of his statutes to Israel. Artaxerxes, king of kings, unto Ezra the priest, a scribe of the law of God of heaven, perfect peace, and at such a time, I make a decree that all they of the people of Israel and of his priests and Levites in my realm, which are minded of their own free will to go up to Jerusalem, go with thee, for as much as thou art sent of the king, and to his 7 counselors, to inquire concerning Judah and Jerusalem, according to the law of thy God which is in thy hand, and to carry the silver and gold which the king and his counselors have freely offered unto the God of Israel, whose habitation is in Jerusalem, and all the silver and gold that thou canst find in all the province of Babylon, with the free will offering of the people and of the priests offering willingly for the house of their God which is in Jerusalem, that thou mayest buy speedily with this money bullocks, rams, lambs, with their meat offerings and their drink offerings, and
even
offer
until the
them
reign
upon
of
the
Darius,
altar
king
of the
of
house
Persia,
of your God, which is in
and in the reign
Jerusalem.
of
And
Ahasuerus,
whatsoever
in the
shall
beginning
seem
of his
good to
reign,
thee
wrote they
and to
unto
thy
him an
brethren
accusation
to
against the
do with the
inhabitants
rest
of
of the
Judah and
silver and
Jerusalem.
the gold,
And in the days of
that do after the will of
Artaxerxes
your
wrote
God,
Bishlam,
the vessels
Mithridath,
also that are
Tabeel,
given
and the
thee
rest of their
for the
companions,
service of the
unto
house of thy God,
Artaxerxes, king of
though
Persia. And the
those
writing of
deliver
the
thou
letter
before
was
the God
written
of
in the Syrian
Jerusalem.
tongue,
And
and
whatsoever
interpreted in the
more shall
Syrian
be
tongue.
needful for the house
Rahum
of thy
the
God,
chancellor and
which
Shimshai
thou
the
shalt
scribe wrote a letter
have
against
occasion
Jerusalem
to
to Artaxerxes the
bestow
king
it
in
out
this
of the
sort.
king's treasure house.
Then wrote
And
Rahum the
I,
chancellor,
even I,
and Shimshai the
Artaxerxes,
scribe,
the
and the
king,
rest of their
do
companions,
make a decree to
the
all the treasures
Dinaites,
which
the
are
Apharsathchites,
beyond the
the
river,
Tarpelites,
that
the
whatsoever
Apharsites,
Ezra the
the
priest,
Archavites,
the
the
scribe of the law
Babylonians,
of the
the
God of heaven,
Susanchites, the
shall require
Dehavites,
you,
and the
it
Elamites,
be done
and the
speedily,
rest of the
unto
nations,
100
whom the great and
talents of
noble
silver,
Asnapper
and to
brought
100
over,
measures of
and
wheat,
set in the
and to
cities of
100
Samaria, and the
baths of
rest that
wine,
are on this
and
side
to
of the
100
river.
baths of
And
oil,
at such a time,
and salt without
this is the copy of
prescribing
the
how
letter
much.
that they sent unto him,
Whatsoever is
even unto
commanded
Artaxerxes the
by
king,
the God of heaven,
thy
let it be
servants the men on this side the
diligently
river.
done for the
And at
house of
such a
the God
time,
of heaven.
be it known
For
unto
why
the
should there
king,
be wrath
that the
against the
Jews
realm
which
of
came
the
up
king
from
and his
thee to
son?
us are
Also
come
we
unto
certify
Jerusalem,
you that
building
touching
the
any of the
rebellious and the
priests and
bad city,
Levites,
and have set
singers,
up the walls
porters,
thereof, and
Nethinims,
joined
or
the
ministers of
foundations.
this house of God,
Be
it
it
shall
known
not be
now
lawful
unto the
to
king,
impose toll,
that if this city be
tribute,
builded,
or
and the
custom upon
walls
them.
set up again,
And thou,
then
Ezra,
will they not pay
after
toll,
the wisdom of thy
tribute,
God that
and
is
custom.
in thine hand,
And so thou
set
shalt
magistrates
endamage
and
the revenue
judges,
of the
which may
kings.
judge all the people that
Now
are
because we
beyond
have maintenance from the
the
king's
river,
palace,
all such as know
and it
the
was not
laws
meet for
of thy
us to see
God,
the king's
and
dishonour,
teach ye them that
therefore
know
have we
them not.
sent and certified the
And
king,
whosoever will
that
not do
search
the
may be
law
made in
of
the
thy
book of the
God
records of thy
and the
fathers.
law of the king,
So
let
shalt thou
judgment
find
be
in the book of the
executed
records,
speedily upon him,
and know that
whether
this
it be
city
unto
is a
death, or
rebellious city,
to
and
banishment,
hurtful unto kings and
or
provinces,
to
and that
confiscation
they
of
have
goods,
moved to
or to
sedition
imprisonment.
within the same of old
Blessed be
time,
the Lord God
for which
of our
cause was
fathers,
this
which hath
city
put
destroyed.
such a thing as this
We
in the
certify
king's
the
heart,
king that,
to
if this
beautify
city
the
be
house
builded
of
again,
the Lord which
and
is
the walls
Jerusalem,
thereof
and
set
hath
up,
extended
by
mercy
this means
unto me
thou
before
shalt
the
have no
king
portion
and his
on this side
counselors,
the river.
and before
Then
all
sent the king an
the
answer
king's
unto
mighty
Rahum the
princes,
chancellor,
and
and
I
to
was strengthened
Shimshai the
as
scribe,
the
and to
hand
the rest of
of
their companions
the
that
Lord
dwell
my
in
God
Samaria,
was upon me,
and unto the
and
rest
I
beyond
gathered
the river,
together out of
peace.
Israel chief
And
men
at
to
such a
go
time,
up with me.
the letter which he sent unto us hath been plainly read before me, and I commanded, and search hath been made, and it is found that this city of old time hath made insurrection against kings, and that rebellion and sedition have been made therein. There have been mighty kings also over Jerusalem, which have ruled over all countries beyond the river, and toll, tribute, and custom was paid unto them. Give ye now commandment to cause these men to cease, and that this city be not builded, until another commandment shall be given from me. Take heed now that ye fail not to do this. Why should damage grow to the hurt of the kings? Now when the copy of King Artaxerxes' letter was read before Rahum, and Shimshai the scribe, and their companions, they went up in haste to Jerusalem unto the Jews, and made them to cease by force and power. Then ceased the work of the house of God which is at Jerusalem. So it ceased unto the 2nd year of the reign of Darius king
Of Persia.